My parents left me alone at 11 with 20. When they returned, my mom screamed in shock. I still remember the exact sound of the door closing. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. Just a simple click. But somehow, that small sound changed my entire life. I was 11 years old. And I was completely alone. "Here," my mom said, shoving something into my hand. I looked down. A crumpled 20 bill. "Order food if you get hungry. We'll be back soon." Soon. That word echoed in my head long after they walked out. I stood at the door, watching their car disappear down the street, waiting for them to turn around. They didn't. At first, I thought it was normal. Maybe they just went out for dinner. Maybe they'd be back in an hour. So I waited. I sat on the couch. Turned on the TV. Kept checking the clock. 8:00 p.m., 9:30 p.m., 11:47 p.m., they didn't come back. That was the first night I realized something was wrong. The house felt different. Too quiet. Every little noise made my heart jump. The ticking clock sounded louder than ever. The shadows on the walls looked like they were moving. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I checked my phone. No messages. No calls. Just silence. I opened the fridge. Almost empty. A half carton of milk. Some leftover rice. And a bottle of ketchup. That was it. I looked at the 20 again. That was all I had. And somehow, I understood. No one was coming back anytime soon. The first few days were the hardest. I didn't know what to do. I burned the rice trying to heat it. Almost started a fire. Cried while sitting on the kitchen floor. I was scared. Really scared. But something inside me changed after that. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was survival. Or maybe, it was the moment I realized no one was going to save me. So I had to save myself. I started small. I cleaned my room. Then the living room. Then the kitchen. Not because I wanted to, but because it made me feel like I had control over something. On the third day, I walked to a nearby store. My hands were shaking as I held that 20. I had to make it last. I bought the cheapest things I could find. Bread. Eggs. Instant noodles. No snacks. No candy. Just survival. I learned fast. How to cook without burning food. How to turn off lights to save electricity. How to lock every door before sleeping. Every night, I checked the windows twice. Sometimes, 3 times. Days turned into a week. A week turned into 2. Still no sign of them. No calls. Nothing. At school, I pretended everything was fine. I smiled. Did my homework. Avoided questions. "Where are your parents?" someone asked once. "Out of town," I lied. It became my automatic answer. But at home, the silence was louder than ever. One night, the power went out. The entire house went dark. I froze. My heart started racing. I could hear my own breathing, loud and uneven. For a moment, I felt like that scared 11-year-old again. Helpless. Alone. Then I remembered something. Candles. I had seen them in the kitchen drawer. I found one, lit it with shaking hands. And just like that, the darkness didn't feel so powerful anymore. That night changed me. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was adapting. I started keeping track of everything. Food. Money. Time. I even made a small list, things I need to do to survive. Wake up early. Eat small portions. Keep the house clean. Stay strong. I don't know when it happened, but I stopped waiting for them. By the third week, I wasn't the same kid anymore. I had grown up. Not slowly. Not naturally. But instantly. And then, one afternoon, I heard something. A car. I froze. My heart started pounding. I slowly walked toward the door. And then, the handle turned. The door opened. My parents walked in. Like nothing had happened. My mom dropped her bag. My dad looked around. Confused. The house was spotless. Clean floors. Organized shelves. Dishes washed. Everything in place. And then they saw me. Standing there. Calm. Silent. Different. My mom's face changed. Her eyes widened. Her voice shook. What happened here? She screamed. I didn't answer right away. I just looked at them. Really looked at them. 3 weeks ago, I would have run to hug them. Cried. Begged them not to leave again. But now I felt nothing. I held up the same 20 bill. Still slightly crumpled. I didn't spend it all, I said quietly. My dad frowned. What do you mean? I learned how to survive, I said. Silence filled the room. You left me, I continued. No calls. No messages. Nothing. My mom's eyes filled with tears. We didn't think. I know, I interrupted. That's the problem. They didn't think. I walked past them. Calm. Steady. I locked the doors every night, I said. I cooked my own food. I made sure nothing broke. I made sure I didn't break. My voice didn't shake. Not even once. That scared them more than anything. My mom covered her mouth. My dad couldn't even look at me. Because they realized something in that moment. They didn't come back to the same child they left behind. They came back to someone who didn't need them anymore. And that was what made my mom scream. Sometimes, the people who are supposed to protect you are the ones who teach you how to survive without them.